Si tu aimes mes vidéos, abonne-toi et clique sur la cloche pour ne pas rater les prochains épisodes. Et si tu en as envie, tu peux aussi laisser un commentaire ou un pouce bleu. Bonjour tout le monde, bonjour les gens, bienvenue sur Papy Gaming. On est de retour sur The Uncertain, Light at the End, et souvenez-vous, lors du premier épisode, on avait été en exploration dans une pharmacie pour récupérer des médicaments. Ça a été un peu chaud, on a failli se faire tuer, mais on a réussi à récupérer les médicaments, et là on rentre à la maison.
Where the hell did you disappear to?
Oh, you're back. So, how did it go?
Things got hairy. I'll explain later, but it worked out. We got the meds.
It's too bad you didn't see me blast that cop with a flare gun.
You what?
Enough, Alex. Just stop. We checked and no one came after us, okay?
Goddamn stupid kids. You better learn to take things more seriously.
Oh, don't mind him. The important thing is that you're safe and sound. Now then, I just made pancakes. Any takers?
Thanks, but I gotta get some sleep. I can barely stand on 2 legs, much less hold a fork.
All right. So I'll heat up a breakfast for you when you wake up. But please, will
Ok,
you first
prépare
get some
un petit déj pour quand on se réveillera.
It appears Vera is getting worse. And you, Park? All right.
Don't mind if I do. Thanks. Where's Matt?
Off getting supplies. We're running low on food. He should be back soon. Emily, I think the old man needs your help. Can you check in with him?
Je voulais aller dormir, j'ai dit que j'étais fatigué. Bon, allez on découvre notre maison.
Claire's just the best. She always makes time for others and does her best to keep us all happy. Makes you wonder how she ended up married to Alex. Alex's toolbox. I'd better ask before messing around with it.
Ouais, j'ai pas spécialement envie de m'amuser avec.
Locked.
Family Food, magazine de cuisine on dirait. Buggé. Bon, c'est pas grave. T'es menteur, hein, c'est moi qui ai tiré sur les méchants.
Park is a lifesaver, and the only reason I'm not still back at the drugstore.
Ouais, m'a sauvé la vie, mon œil, oui. C'est moi qui ai récupéré l'arme et qui ai tiré sur le robot. Hein. Oh, j'ai des preuves. Hein.
There's a boiler room back there. If we could just get this all out of the way. I'd give anything for a hot shower right now, but no luck.
Ça ne fonctionne pas. Ok. Toi, je vais aller te voir après. Waouh. Donc on est combien 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Attends, potentiellement, on va regarder le nombre d'oreillers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ça, c'est quoi? C'est un chauffage. Dans ce goût-là, chauffage électrique. Guitare électrique, carrément. Ça fait du bruit, ça.
Park was so happy when he spotted this guitar, but without an amp, it's not good for much.
Et le fameux bébé. Vera.
Olga, I can't even imagine what it must take raising a child, the way things are. And what about her father?
Non, c'est pas c'est qui le père.
Here, Olga. We managed to find the meds.
Oh, thank you, Emily. Little Vera's fever has made it so hard for her to sleep.
I hope this does the trick.
Посмотрим. We'll see. Her cough it's very bad. When she wakes, I'll give her some of that medicine. But
Elle a un
please,
accent, elle, hein,
let
je sais pas
her
quoi, elle
sleep.
roule les airs.
Well, we're all really hoping that... where'd this crib come from?
Brian found it on one of the upper floors while you were away. I'm sad we'll need to leave it behind, eventually. It's not exactly portable.
Okay, well, try and get some rest. I'm off to give Alex a hand.
Okay, thank you. And to Park, too. I hope the medicine helps.
Bah, j'espère aussi. Et ça doit être mon lit alors.
One of these days, I'm gonna raid the mattress store.
Ah, on dort même pas sur des matelas. Ah si, il y a des matelas, mais sur palette, d'accord.
I'd better find out what Alex needs first, before he really loses his shit.
Bon, qu'est-ce que tu veux, Alex?
Alex. He's either venting or tinkering with some project. Actually, it's usually both. Maybe it's a coping mechanism for the phantom pain. I could give him those painkillers I found at the drugstore.
Is that it? I'm kind of busy.
Alex, I found some painkillers at the drugstore. Maybe they could help you with your leg?
Leg pain requires having a leg, Emily. You'd be idiotic to waste painkillers on a phantom limb.
Oh, right. Sorry, I didn't...
Knock it off, Alex. The girl's just trying to help.
Fine, give him here. I'm sure someone could make use of him. Maybe Matt after I put my only remaining foot up his ass. Now go on, give me some peace and quiet. I got a lot of work to do.
D'accord, il a pas l'air très sympa, lui, hein. Pose des questions sur Alex, partir, demander comment ils vont, proposer votre aide. Je vais proposer mon aide.
Claire said you needed me for something?
Yeah, maybe you can help me. My damn stump's been aching ever since I woke up. It's driving me nuts, sucking the strength right out of me. Here, use this thing to open the drawer by the kitchen and bring me the decoder.
Okay. What does it look like?
Well, it's a electronic thingamajig. You'll figure it out. Go on now.
Ah, un machin bidule électronique. Bah ouais, je vois bien. Quoi ça? Il y a un truc, mais je peux pas interagir avec. Ah si. Réveillez Brian pour le dîner en supposant qu'il est dormi. Utilisez le fer à souder pour l'accumulateur. Engueulez Matt pour avoir pris mes outils. D'accord, le mec il se met des penses-bêtes pour engueuler les gens. Le tiroir de la cuisine qu'il a dit. Ça serait ça. Voilà le truc bidule électronique. Y a qu'à demander. Décodeur. Je sens que ça va encore être une énigme pour nous, ça. Tiens.
Is this it, Alex?
Uh-huh. Hang on a sec. Help me out. Come on, give me a hand. Yeah, well, naturally, connecting the encrypted memory cells on this old thing is going to take some trial and error.
What?
Such a pain dealing with you dilettantes. Look, you got an eye for design, right? Just arrange the pixels so that the various colors aren't repeated, horizontally or vertically. You got me?
I'll try.
Place les indicateurs de couleurs de manière à ce que les couleurs ne se répètent pas à la fois verticalement et horizontalement. D'accord, donc on a quoi? Vert, violet, jaune. Mais comment je fais pour changer? Ouais, vert, violet, jaune, rouge, bleu et bleu foncé. D'accord, donc là le vert on va le mettre là par exemple. Rouge, bleu, bleu foncé, manque quoi? Le jaune. Tac 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 tac, le jaune il est pas là, ok. Ici on peut mettre du jaune, là on peut mettre du bleu, le rouge non, on va le mettre là, le vert. D'ailleurs attendez, je vais faire ça comme ça. Comme ça le vert sera toujours bien placé. Après le rouge, on va le mettre là comme ça, tac tac et tac. On va faire des diagonales, hein, on va pas se casser les pieds. Et du coup, le jaune pareil, hop, hop et hop. Le violet, hop, hop et hop. Le bleu, hop. Donc là, on est pas mal. Donc là, le violet, on l'a ici. Qu'est-ce qu'on a? Bleu. C'est le bleu foncé qu'on n'a pas là. D'accord. Si on fait ça comme ça, on ne devrait pas être trop mal. Ici, qu'est-ce qu'on n'a pas? Le rouge, on l'a. C'est le bleu clair qu'on n'a pas là. Et celui-là, il va venir là, d'accord. Et celui-ci, ici. Celui-ci, qu'est-ce qui nous manque? À la place du rouge, il faut qu'on mette du violet. Ah, et voilà.
All right, connection established. Just go relax. I'll handle the rest.
Sounds good. Let us know what you find.
Il n'y avait qu'à demander.
I'm busy. What do you need?
Posez des questions à Alex.
Have you seen Matt?
What? Do I look like his chaperone? General Jackass hasn't returned yet. I told him there's a store we haven't checked just down the way, but he, of course, decided to go clear across the city. Not to mention, he left you two little brats at the drugstore, alone. I'm giving him an earful when he gets back. Oh yeah, you'll see.
Super. Et sinon, comment ça va?
Just wanted to check in. Is your leg giving you any trouble?
Oh, isn't that sweet? Yeah, I'm just peachy. Now why don't you go fawn over someone who needs it? I told you, I'm busy.
Pas très avenant, hein, le gars. Hein.
All right, I'll leave you to it.
Un peu aigri, on dirait. Bien. On peut faire des choses
That's
par
enough
là-haut?
trips for today.
Non.
Emily, shouldn't you be resting? I thought you wanted a nap.
Ben, on n'arrête pas de me demander des choses. Portée volontaire.
Yeah, but need any help? I mean, I can see you've already got your hands full here.
Oh no, that's all right. You've done more than enough already. I can handle it. Go get some rest.
On peut discuter un peu quand même.
Claire, this is a little forward, but there's something I'd like to ask, if that's okay.
Dis-moi en plus sur Alex.
You and Alex, well, you're
You're probably wondering how I wound up married to a guy like him.
well, not exactly.
No, it's okay. Believe it or not, Alex wasn't always quite so abrasive. 30 years ago, he was a completely different person. A robotics technician with a promising career. And I was just a country girl, really. And madly in love. Some people just change. But either way, I'm not complaining. I made a promise to stay with him. For better or worse.
Eh oui, les gens changent. Se renseigner sur les autres.
What can you tell me about the others? Park and I haven't had much time to get to know everyone.
Honestly, I doubt I'll be telling you anything you don't already know. Alex is grouchy as hell. Take it from me. But he's a hard worker and a devoted husband. Don't mind his thorns. He's a good guy deep down. He's just been through a lot.
We all have, yeah. He kind of reminds me of my Uncle Owen, actually. Only content when he had something to complain about. What about Olga?
We found Olga in an abandoned house last winter. She was scared and freezing. Oh my gosh, she could barely stand. She later told us that the rest of her group had been captured. She'd managed to hide, but ended up pregnant and alone in such a cold,
ça a pas dû être
dangerous
facile.
city. I can't even imagine what it took for her to survive. We brought her to our camp, gave her food and shelter, and she stayed. And then Vera was born. Raising a child these days is especially tough, but we're all one big family here. Brian's our village elder, wise and calm, and he really knows his way around electronics, too. Alex shared a hospital room with him, back before everything went to hell, and they became fast friends. A lot in common, those two. And I'm not just talking about surviving the incident. I don't really know that much about Matthew. Between you and me, there's something about him I don't like. He obviously wants to be a leader, bosses everyone around, but he's short on brains and wisdom, which is probably why he's always butting heads with Alex. He followed some tracks into our camp a couple of months ago and saw light coming from inside. Started snooping around and ended up scaring the hell out of us.
Ah, d'accord, le mec il est venu
Long
squatter, quoi.
story short, he decided to make himself at home.
To be fair, he does his fair share for the group. He goes on supply runs, brings back food. Still, Matt's kinda weird. I try to stay away from him, and so should you. I've seen him holding his head, rubbing his temples with his fingers. Maybe that has something to do with why he's always so, charming?
Well, we women are good at making excuses for our men. I understand what made Alex the way he is, so I put up with his swearing and grumbling, and the occasional mockery.
Ok. Et l'incident dont tout le monde parle, c'était quoi?
I'm curious. How did you escape? During the incident, I mean.
Not a pleasant memory. Alex rushed home from work on his lunch break, frantic, yelling at me to pack my things right away. I remember him telling me that the robot cops had gone crazy, just grabbing people off the streets for no reason. At first, I didn't believe him. The weird thing about Alex, he's really good at his job, but he's never really liked robots. He wouldn't let us get one of our own. Said it was because he knew too much about them.
C'est le fameux jour où les robots se sont rebellés.
Prank, which was unusual. I didn't really believe it until I saw it with my own eyes as we were driving out of the city.
You took an aero car? Weren't they all offline that day?
Actually, we had an old school electric car. Rare, I know, but I'm afraid of flying, and Alex liked to tinker with it. Kept it up real nice, washed and painted like new. Anyway, we quickly grabbed a few things and then went to pick up Brian.
I see. And then? Why didn't you try to get out of the city?
That was the plan, until we blew out one of the tires, and spares aren't exactly easy to find these days. And that's how we ended up here. So what about you?
Not a lot to tell, really. I was headed out to grab some laundry when everything went black. And when I came to, there wasn't a soul in sight. When I got back to my place, my homebot was surprised to see me. He kept spouting nonsense, something about the war and humanity going extinct. Something was obviously wrong. With the robots, I mean. So I set out to find Marta on the other side of town. She's my sister.
Did you find her?
No. I like to think she saved herself, made it out somehow, but...
Bon, on a appris pas mal de choses. On sait un petit peu plus ce qui s'est passé, qui sont tous ces gens-là.
That's all I got. Thanks for the chat. Tell me, what do you think of this place? How are we doing?
Here in the city's outskirts, there are hardly any robots. Plus, it's warm and dry. All in all, it's not too bad. All this place needs are a few repairs and some cleanup to make it a good, proper home.
It has to be hard on you moving from place to place. I mean, there's a whole city up there, and here we are underground. Literally. I just miss having a place to call
ça reviendra
home.
peut-être un jour,
I know
t'inquiète.
exactly what you mean. For years, Alex and I lived in this house my father-in-law gave us. Just a tiny old place, but we always worked hard to keep it in good shape. Nothing fancy, but it was cozy, and it was ours.
That sounds lovely, Claire.
Oh, but you should have seen it when we first moved in. Cracks, mold, and spider webs everywhere. We actually considered selling it, but you know Alex. He insisted on fixing it up. And then, well, we got too attached to sell. I wish I could go back there. But I know I'll probably never see it again.
Ça va être compliqué, c'est vrai. T'inquiète, je suis avec toi.
Don't worry, you'll see it again. I'm sure of it.
Allez, allons se reposer.
All right, I'm ready for some downtime.
Get some rest, honey.
Park,
What's up, Em?
Tu veux qu'on discute un peu, toi?
how you doing? You look pleased.
I am. Claire's pancakes are amazing. Just like the ones they used to serve in the university cafeteria. So good. Almost enough to make you forget you're hiding from killer robots. Come to think of it, why aren't you eating?
Maybe later. My appetite's still playing catch up, I guess. Just leave some for me, okay?
I'll try, but no promises.
Bouffe pas tout, hein. T'es gentil, hein.
Hey, we should keep an eye out for a new tablet. Yours is like 100 years old.
Nah, I'm good. This tablet and I have been through a lot together. Plus, it reminds me of my dad. I used to mess around making music, working the counter at the store.
Right. Sorry. I shouldn't have said anything.
That's okay. The tablet might be old, but it does everything I need. The music editor is decent, and it's still great for movies and books. Holds a charge for a few weeks, too. What more could I ask for? Don't answer that.
Plusieurs semaines. Waouh, excellent. Ouais, alors comment t'as vécu l'épisode de la pharmacie, toi?
So, how was your morning?
Let's put it this way. Telling the story is better than living it.
That bad, huh? We've gotten out of worse.
Like the freight car incident? Don't remind me.
Who knew the driver would take off so soon? It took us forever to get back home.
Allez, partir.
Alright, I'm gonna try and get some sleep. Bon appétit.
Yeah, thanks.
Bon appétit. Ok, on va aller dormir un peu.
Sleep tight, Emily. After a day like that, you deserve a little time for yourself.
Bonne nuit les petits. Bien, bon bah les gens, moi ce que je vous propose c'est qu'on la laisse se reposer et qu'on la laisse à ses rêves. Nous on se retrouve la prochaine fois pour la suite de l'aventure. En attendant, prenez bien soin de vous, portez-vous bien, moi je vous laisse. Allez à plus, tchuss bye.